certainly in the second period, that power play that they finally got was a big play for them. The call was a big play. The method they used to score was a big play, and certainly against a team like that, that's really the only spark they need. It seems to be able to get them rolling, and certainly they did. I'm proud of our guys for the fact that giving up a 3-goal lead, we came back and played pretty well in the overtimes. But we're obviously, as you heard from the guys, pretty excited to be back in the championship game and looking forward to the matchup between whoever.
So far, George, you look pretty hot in your selection of goaltenders.
I look pretty what?
Pretty hot in your selection of goaltenders for the team. I mean, Sam was the right guy today, wasn't he?
It doesn't take. You don't really have to be very smart when you're choosing one of these guys. To be honest with you, I mean, thank you for the compliment, but Olkanar. When you look at Olkanar's numbers and Britton's numbers and even Murray's numbers, it's going to be a tough decision for us. My thinking right now is that it would be difficult for us to come back with Sam tomorrow night, just based upon the number of the workload he had tonight. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but certainly we're going to be looking at either Murray or O'Connor for tomorrow night's game. And again, it's not a difficult decision when you've got 3 quality goaltenders like we have, like we're fortunate to have.
George, are you concerned that your guys are playing too much? I mean, tomorrow's going to be six games in 9 days.
Yeah, I am. But I mean, our best hockey was our overtime. And we seem to be playing better and better as the game wears on into those clutch moments. Who am I to say let's get a 5-goal lead and then sit on it? I mean, it's but certainly you get tired. I mean, we've got one more day to rest. We have a little bit longer period of rest now because the game's tomorrow night. After tomorrow night's game, we'll have a lengthy period of time to be able to rest and recover for hopefully a national tournament bid, whether it's either Friday or Saturday of next week. So, I will say this, that you get to this point of the season, there's a little bit of fatigue, especially when you're playing a third game in the third day. But as far as the overall, from weekend to weekend, I'm not that concerned. I really aren't. I really am not. But certainly a little bit of a factor for tomorrow night.
Fair to say you'll still just have 5D tomorrow?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah. We only have 5 days.
Hey, an interesting extreme, George, because a few years ago you won a national title after getting eliminated, not getting to the Final Five, and you were able to rest and recover some guys from injury. So you had all the time off. Now you're playing every day.
Well, yeah, we want to kind of do it different ways if we can, because we've done it the one way, so we'd like to do it and see if we can extend ourselves as fully as possible, play as many games as possible, as many overtimes as possible. So yeah, I mean, it's whatever it takes, as you know, whatever it takes. I mean, it's. It wouldn't be any fun if it wasn't exciting. If it wasn't hard work, it wouldn't be worth it. And certainly, I thought both teams worked hard tonight or this afternoon. Both teams worked hard last night or yesterday afternoon. Sometimes you get a little bit lucky, and sometimes when you combine that confidence that we have right now in tight games and overtime games, sometimes that swings it in your favor.
Did you also kind of sense when it was 3-0? They hadn't done much. They hadn't played very well. But did you sense they were probably going to get unwound pretty soon?
Oh yeah. Again, that's where I thought that power play that they received really turned the tide in the game for them. Really gave them an emotional boost. It's. I never like to compare the sports of basketball and hockey. But you always hear in basketball, hey, we know they're going to make a run. We know they're going to make a run. We just need to be ready for it. Well, certainly, Duluth in this situation, you compare them this game to a basketball game, because once they got on that run, it was tough to slow them down. But we were able to slow them down, I think, because of the buzzer, and get into that overtime and get ourselves going again.
How good was Britton? I mean, 70 shots. Heck of a night.
Yeah, he was excellent. He was excellent. He was outstanding. Made some great saves, and certainly we weren't real good in front of him at times, but he was. I think with Sam, probably like a lot of goaltenders, the more work they get, the more zoned into the game they get. And Sam was certainly that way. He was terrific.
One more question for Coach.
Are there any moments in tonight's game where you looked at Sam and just, what did you like about Sam specifically tonight? Any particular moments?
You get to a point where you're thinking, okay, they're not going to score unless there's a goofy bounce. And so I'm more concerned about, okay, what's happening between our goal line and their goal line? What are we doing with the puck? How are we fronting people? How are we going to get it back? I'm focusing more on, okay, how do we get the darn thing past Ryder? And I think maybe that's, in some ways, that's the confidence that I have in Sam, and I think the rest of the team has. It wasn't so much, okay, can you make another save? It's, okay, how are we going to get this darn thing past Kenny?
All right, thank you, Coach.